God has built me a house without walls, floors, or ceiling. The abode of my heart, same home for every being. And sometimes He blows a storm through this open space, and in the eye of the storm, I can still see His grace. Oh, Bhagavate, oh, Satguru Ramana ki jai. Oh, Arunachala, oh, Satguru Moshi ji ki jai. Shri Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shiva take me home. Now if I make believe that this house belongs to me, it was made of stone and doors made of steel, and there is no doubt that it would crumble. Get caught in a tornado that never seems to pass. But how could a storm destroy what's nothing? And what would it leave behind? Except silence. Oh, 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 oh. Mateo. Sadhguru oh, seems restored. It feels as if I've never danced before, as if I've never even sung before, as if I've never walked the streets of this world, as if, as if. As if, as if I died and was reborn yesterday. As if I died and was reborn yesterday. As if, as if. As if, as if. Since I met your loving eyes, it feels as if I've never seen the sunshine. As if I've never felt the wind caress my skin. As if I've never been alive before. As if, as if. As if, as if. As if I died and was reborn yesterday. As if I died and was reborn yesterday. As if, as if. As if, as if. Seems you have entered my heart. I know no pleasure that doesn't come from my peace of being. I know no music that doesn't rise from the silence within. As if, as if. within. It's from within. That our being is from within. That our being is from within. It's from within. That our being is from within. Lord, you are the only one that has ever been and ever will be. Your light is shining as us every moment of this life. Shiva, Shiva, Shambho, Mahadeva, Shambho, Shiva, Shiva, Shambho, Mahadeva, Shambho. Lord, you are the only one that brings light upon this world. You are vaster than space, so infinite, so all-pervading. Shiva, Shiva, Shambho, Mahadeva, Shambho, Shiva, Shiva, Shambho, Mahadeva, Shambho. Shiva, Shiva, Shambho, Mahadeva, Shambho, Shiva, Shiva, Shambho, Mahadeva, Shambho. No one can find you, the source of all that is. No one can see your face. This is the timeless one. This is amazing grace. Shiva, Shiva, Shambho, Mahadeva, Shambho, Shiva, Shiva, Shambho, Shiva Shambho Mahadeva Shambho Mahadeva Shambho Mahadeva Shambho
Om Aham Soham Tattvam Asi. Om Aham Soham Tattvam Asi. Om Aham Soham Tattvam Asi. I am He that you are. I am Shiva. I am Shiva. You are. You are always in my heart. Never shall we be apart. You are always in my heart. Never shall we be apart. Om Namah Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 It is done. It is done. Hallelujah. It is done. It is done. It is done. Hallelujah. It is done. You are always in my heart. Never shall we be apart. I am always in your heart. Never shall we be apart. Om Namah Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 It is done. It is done. Hallelujah. It is done. It is done. It is done. Hallelujah. It is done. Om Namah Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Namo Bhagavate Shri Mahadev. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ananta. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Ramanaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Mukherjee. Om Shri Sadguru Gurudev Ki Jai.
one reason I am here, one focus, one desire, the only purpose of my life. It is for you, 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 you. So the prayer is to see you, to feel you everywhere, to only hear you, only sense you, to always be in your embrace. My all belongs to you, my heart is only yours. It's all for you, 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 it's all for you. You, 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 you are my only focus, all else disappears. I die in you, I is no longer here. There's only you, 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 there's only you. You, you,
Om Aham Soham Tattvam Asi. Om Aham Soham Tattvam Asi. Om Aham Soham Tattvam Asi. I am He that you are. I am Shiva. I am Shiva. my heart, never shall we be apart. You are always in my heart, never shall we be apart. Om Namah Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. It is done, it is done. Hallelujah, it is done. It is done, it is done. Hallelujah, it is done. You are always in my heart, never shall we be apart. I am always in your heart, never shall we be apart. Om Namah Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. It is done, it is done. Hallelujah, it is done. It is done, it is done. Hallelujah, it is done. Om Namah Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Mahadev. Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ananta. Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramanaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Muktaji. Om Shri Sadguru Gurudev Ki Jai.
Thank you, my dear. Namaste, everyone. Very warm welcome to Satsang today. Sadguru Shri Muji Ji ki Jai. Sorry, we got a bit delayed today. We're just talking before Satsang started, and we are looking to see whether we can do the inquiry a little bit and to see who is the witness of thoughts and feelings. And sometimes it just seems like there is no fire in it, no power in it. So then when I ask, so there are only two options basically. Either we look together and see who you are, you see, or you leave everything to me. And then she's left everything to me now. It's a contract, yes? Can put some light now. many variations of half surrender that I used to speak about earlier. Maybe I can share a little bit before we get into the inquiry. One is that you are now the doer. You, God, Guru, Self, whatever, are now the doer, but I am still the experiencer. You see? This may be the most popular form of half surrender. You see? It cannot be that the doer and experiencer are two. It must be that you are the doer and you are also the experiencer. As it is said in the scriptures in India, it is Tvam Karta, Tvam Bhokta. So this is one form of half surrender where we say to God that, yes, yes, I leave everything to you, but please make sure that I'm well taken care of, you see. So that is more like a business deal rather than surrender. It must be that I leave everything to you, do with me as you please. You see? Let thy will be done. It is not a way to get my will to be done by saying that I am offering up everything to you as a way of getting my will to be done. You see? So let thy will be done. So this is one version. You say that you are the doer, but make sure my experience is a certain way, the way I want it to be. Yeah, and this many times we at least used to hear these things in satsang where somebody would say, but I surrendered everything to you, but now look at my life. You see? Yes, but it's no longer your life because you surrendered everything, isn't it? Then the other variety is where all the good things I'm still doing. All the bad things God is doing to me. You see? So this happens where we are attracted to pride in some way. So everything good that is happening is, oh, I worked so hard and got this done. But why did you have to do this to me, God? Everything was going so well. You see? So all the blame is God's and all the credit is yours, the quote unquote yours. That is one version. The other ones who are attracted to guilt and unworthiness, they will take on all the blame. You see? All the blame will be theirs and all the credit goes to the world or to God or to Guru. You see, even that is not, even that is half surrender. You see? Because otherwise then we retain this guilty victim mindset. You see, so all these variations, and there could be a few more, but these are the main ones I feel. You are the doer and you are the experiencer. Let thy will be done. All actions are yours. All inaction is also yours. Every single movement of a blade of grass is yours. You see, every emotion is yours. Every sensation is yours. So the end of this presumed me, the presumed ego, is through this inquiring and checking that it doesn't exist, and to come to the recognition of who we are, and the surrendering of all that we have presumed about ourselves and handing it over to the higher power, to the God presence. Both are the same because we are not picking up anything, any attribute, any conditions. And I am remains unassociated. And both the legs of the ego, desire and doership, are also dissolved in this surrender, you see. What desire can you have now because your entire life belongs to your master? And the prayer already is that let thy will be done. May you be the doer of all actions and inactions that happen through this body. Then what happens? Then we see that actually surrender was just a play. Because I see that it was always this way anyway. There never was a me here that was doing anything at all. It was always you, my Lord. You see, oh my Master, always you. You see? I said earlier that God is not waiting for your surrender. He's not sitting over there waiting in the corner, for the tag team, the tag to come, okay, yours now. God is already running this life and experiencing this life. You see? God is not waiting for your surrender to run your life. It is already so. It is only the false presumption that is taken away in this surrender. You see? And once you start to truly surrender, truly become open, you see? Because openness is surrender. Then you see it has always been so. It is this consciousness, this God presence, which has been the only doer and the only experiencer here. That is why it is said that the path of inquiry and surrender are ultimately one, because the finding is the same. Mhm. Here, how it was a very fickle personality operating. Maybe. Some days very bhakti oriented, just wanted to sing and sing bhajans. You see, another day just wanted to inquire and say, what is this bhajan stuff? You see, it was just fluctuating. You see, and even that is fine. There is no set template for freedom. It is only a response to your inner urge of coming home, of self-recognition, of not playing as if you are separate anymore. And really, there are no rules for this game. It's just that the masters have, in their beautiful compassion, suggested some things so that it can seem more peaceful, joyful, this seeming journey. And it is inevitable, this recognition of the self, this coming home, inevitable, because actually you never really left anyway. You see? But it's a beautiful ride. And you get on the guru's back and let him do all the work, you see. You have two counters in front of you. One counter is selling tickets to the same old merry-go-round, which is your next thought, is your ticket to this merry-go-round. It's saying, yeah, this one, I'm still meaningful, relevant, we can make it as a person. You see, every thought is an offer for you to make it as a person. You can still make it. You see, I have worked so hard to get here, little more, and you can still do it. You see, every thought is basically an offer from the mind. You see, I know, I've taken you on a merry-go-round. Ananta is right, what he's saying, but take this one. It'll really get you there. You see? So this is the offer from one counter, this merry-go-round, which is same merry-go-round. You go around in circles and come back at the same point. You see? And the second counter, which is the quieter counter where the vendor is not yelling, saying, come, come, buy. You see? Just sitting patiently waiting for those who come. And this one is saying that all your ideas, presumptions, are you willing to let go of them? Because I have a mirror for you. Are you willing to see without mind contamination? And this gentle voice is saying that I know what it seems like for you, but you can actually now let it all be my problem. This is the ticket from your own inner presence. Your own Sadguru is speaking these words. And for a while it can seem like we want both. Go have the merry-go-round and have freedom, liberation. So we buy a little bit from here, a little bit from there. The mind comes and tells you, okay, okay, this is okay for satsang, but what about the real world, you see? So these kind of messages will come. And you find, okay, let me buy the real world ticket now and see where it goes. And you find nowhere. It just goes around the merry-go-round again. And you're back where you started. You see? So the seeming spiritual journey is like this. When we are trying to sit on both these chairs at the same time, ride both these horses at the same time, buying both these tickets. And that's okay, that's also part of the play. Then sometimes you become like little children. Yeah? You get in the Guru's car and then every day saying, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Like Bhagwan used to say, no? You got on a train from Madurai to Thiru or something, and inside the train also you're still carrying your bags. Or as Guruji says, you boarded the flight and inside the plane you're running to get there faster. It's all part of the fun. It's okay. None of what I'm saying is meant to make anyone feel guilty. See, guilt is not helpful on this path. We're just looking at this play sometimes and making some observations about it. One day if you want to become like Satsang teachers and spiritual masters, I should not give you this. And you want a million followers. If you want a million followers, just use guilt. Just make everyone feel guilty. Because we are attracted somewhere, most of us attracted somewhere to feeling like we've done it wrong, we are unworthy, we don't deserve it. That itself is like a comfort zone. And actually we like to hear that and we feel, yes, tomorrow I will try harder, tomorrow I will do this better. You see? So none of what is being shared here is to make a follower out of you. It is just to see, share from the direct recognition here so that you can check for yourself and see if something resonates. The idea is not to say for you to believe these thoughts which might be coming saying, oh, see, now you've been surrendering all wrong, you see. You should do a better job of your surrender. That's not the idea. Okay, who wants to come for inquiry? She's already said she's surrendering, so no inquiry.
Father,
Hmm?
uh, can I share something?
Yes, actually. Okay, share.
Father, I'm consistently challenged by adverse situations which make me a person. And the disturbance is so much that the inquiry cannot be carried out. Lot of unpleasant sensations in the body happen.
Yes. Yes. Are they there now?
They come and they go, Father. I mean,
Yes, 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 yes.
one moment everything is okay, another moment, oh, there's a lot of misery.
Yes. So then what usually happens is that when these challenging situations come, they also come and they go, like you say. But what happens is that in the times where they're not there, in those times, instead of inquiring, we are thinking about why those situations came and when they will go. You see? Isn't it? Also, what happens is that when we are not suffering, then also sometimes the motivation to inquire is not so high. But when then suffering comes, then we say, oh, I wish I could inquire. You see? This is like what the great Indian sage Kabir had said. दुख में सुमिरन सब करें, सुख में करे ना कोई, सुख में जो सिमरन करे तो दुख काहे को होए. Which means that in times where there's no suffering, nobody really is in the inquiry or in prayer. And then when we are suffering, then it seems too difficult and we want to inquire. But if you were to look at these moments where there's peace and use this for our inquiry and come to this recognition of who we are, then why would even this kind of suffering come, or why would it even seem so strong? You see? So forget about those moments when it is too strong. Don't try to fix that. What about the other times? Hmm? It cannot be, isn't it, that every moment is so full of so much sensation and suffering that we are just not able to inquire in any moment of our life. You see? Even if that was the case, then you would be so used to that 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 would seem like the natural, normal state. You would not say, oh, so much is there. So there must be a time where it is up and down. So what about those times where it is not so strong? That is all that is needed. What about now? You knew I was going to say that.
It's okay now, Father.
Hmm. So can we look now?
Yes.
So since you've been in satsang for a while, let me ask you, so does it feel like a certain place where the inquiry gets stuck or something becomes unclear? You can start straight from that point. You have to give me some clue, you see, where to start, because inquiry can just be done, done, done. It can be as simple as that. Does it feel like you're stuck somewhere? Does it feel like something is not clear?
Father, when the unpleasant sensations come, uh, like a question arises, who's suffering? Then it's the body which is suffering actually. But why do I feel that it's really me who's suffering?
Yes. Yes. So right now some sensation could be there and we can look at it and we can see that the sensations which are being experienced are just energy forms which are also coming and going. What we are trying to find is who is the sufferer of them. So when you check now, any sensation in the body, you find an entity that is suffering.
It is the image. Actually,
There is an image. The image is the what? The visual of the body.
yeah.
Yes. And who is looking at this image?
I'm looking at the image.
And this eye that is looking at the image, what does this one look like?
It's
Whatever
it's
the
it's
yeah.
nothing. Yeah.
It's nothing. You
It's
just
just watching.
is the watching, and this watching has no attributes, is it? And where are you watching this watching from?
I'm just watching.
Now, when the sensation comes, what happens to the watching?
It's still watching.
Yes, but is it hurt by any sensation? Is it affected by it?
When I watch the body, yes, the sensations affect.
Affect what? The watching?
At that moment, I'm unable to clearly distinguish between the watching and the body sensations.
So use the now. Check now. Any body sensation, there's always some sensation available for us to check. So go to that and see whether it is possible for this sensation to affect the watching in any way, this primal witnessing.
Father, the current is so strong that I get overwhelmed by the emotions and feelings.
Yes, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to inquire in the future or in the past. You can inquire only now. The mind is saying, yes, yes, now I'll find it, it'll be fine, but I am trying to fix a problem of the future. See now, start with the now. Can this witnessing be affected in any way by any sensation that could come in the body?
Father, I feel attached, kind of attached to the body.
Yes, where? Don't presume anything. Just check. Where is this witnessing attached? Which part of it? Can you locate it?
No, I can't pinpoint like exactly where the attachment is. It's,
You see?
but there's a
If you
feeling that
can't,
something is happening to me.
yes, and even whatever the feeling might be, that is also witnessed, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now use that now to see whether the sensation of something happening to me, even that affects this witnessing in some way. Can we check on this?
Yeah.
Where are we now? The witnessing is affected?
No, the witness is not.
Okay, and who is aware of this witness?
The witness.
The witness. And how is this witness reporting to you?
Father, is this the witness which is cribbing all the time?
We can check. You see, first, very importantly, we were at a very important point, which is that most of us now, when we do the inquiry, we see nothing is happening to awareness. This witnessing remains untouched. You see? But hidden in that still remains this question, but what about me? You see? That is why I started asking you this question. Who is aware even of this witness? The witness itself. Now, is this witness not I?
Yes, it's very much I.
Very much I. Now, all that is happening phenomenally, is it not just witnessing all of that, including the cribbing, as you say? Okay, let's do like this. You crib about something, but don't witness it.
That's not possible.
Not possible, isn't it? See, so all that is moving in this phenomenal realm, it rests on the backdrop of this witnessing, which is unmoving, unchanging. You see this or no?
Yeah.
Yes. Now, to report that something is changing, something is moving, you must be in that position of the witnessing, isn't it? Because if you were that which is moving itself, then you would not know of the coming and going. Is this clear?
Yeah.
I can make it clearer.
Yeah.
We can say that if on the computer screen we can say something is constantly changing colors. Something is constantly changing colors. But if you were that itself, if you were a color itself, then we would not know about the changing of color. You see, there must be a witness of the screen which is seeing the changing. You see, so the cribbing, not cribbing, the emotion, sensation, the sense of me, the sense of this body, the sense of external sensations, hearing, sight, taste, all of this, you see, is coming and going. The witnessing remains unchanged, untouched. You see, that's why you are able to say that everything else is coming and going. Therefore, you, in reality, must be that which doesn't come and go, which is only this witnessing.
Yes, Father.
Isn't it? So, use these words to experience them directly, not just because they make sense conceptually to make beliefs out of them, but just to see that I am here as the witnessing while everything else is coming and going. And we will tackle that question of whether this is that which is coming and going is also me or not. We will come to that question. There's enough time for that. You see, first establish yourself as your predominant self, and then we'll see whether this dynamic phenomenal aspect is also part of you or not. You see, sometimes because you heard so much Advaita, we are in a rush to say, but even that is me, but even that. Now, but there's time for that. First, at least, can we establish ourselves in this seeing that I am this untouched witnessing, and everything else is coming and going.
So, Father, the cribber is a thought.
Yes, when it is a thought, it is a thought. When it is an action, it is an action. Both are energy constructs, you see, made up of consciousness itself. There is no cribber. There is the cribbing thought, and there are the cribbing words. There is no entity cribber.
Okay.
You see? It is all different aspects of this presumed person which has no existence. You see?
So it is that personality that is playing the fool.
Yes. It is consciousness playing as if it is a personality. But even this play is witnessed, you see. That's why I'm saying you establish yourself in the absolute, and then you will see that this play of consciousness is playing in all these various ways. You see, playing personally, and then unassociated being and playing as God itself. And through in either of these plays, this awareness remains untouched. And as you establish your truth in this reality of the self, then you will find that this play starts to lose this juice, its power over us. And from there we can simply look and see that even this dynamic aspect is just an aspect of this witnessing itself. But there is no rush to go there yet. You see? Now the mind will come to you with a question. It will say, so how do I remain as this witnessing? You see? I just want to stay like this, remain as this witnessing. So instead of that, what you try to do is leave the witnessing. Don't try to remain as the witnessing. Leave this witnessing. Separate yourself from witnessing.
Okay.
Huh?
I mean, is it really possible to, to separate yourself from the appearances?
Separate yourself from the appearances in what way? You've already seen that this witnessing is untouched by any appearance.
Yeah.
You see? To see that it is untouched, unharmed, unhurt by any of this is enough, you see. It is a simple seeing. We are not separating anything.
Separating yourself from the personality.
You are never the personality. You see, you can never become the personality. Become the personality. You can only pretend, you can only believe, but you can never really become the personality. You see, it's just like you can pretend to be a doctor, you can pretend to be a Martian, you can pretend to
Father,
be.
why am I always pretending to be a miserable? I really don't understand.
Don't have to understand that. You'll see that when you start looking at everything more universally, you'll find that every single body mind which is appearing here has a unique expression, and there has been no doer individually of them, nobody who really chose to become the way they are. It has just been a universal movement, just like every fingerprint is unique, you see. So some are always happy-go-lucky, some are a little quiet, some are sad. It's okay. Once you start having this universal vision, then you will not be so hard on yourself. Just after she's done. Clear?
Yeah, Father.
Good.
Thank you, Father.
Thank you, my dear. You take the mic, please. Just pull it up all the way. Yeah.
It's on the same lines of what this girl was asking, because when you were talking about the witness, for me, when I was following the process, I felt that that these are words, that this entity or this thing what you're referring to as being the witness or witnessing, that is me, in the sense of that witnessing thing I felt, and I'm asking also as a question, is it my thoughts? Is this witness my thought?
Is a thought the witness? Is that the question?
Yeah, both ways. Is the thought the witness? Is the witness the thought? It's both.
Yeah. So see if it is possible for a thought to come, allow a thought to come, and see if it can witness something. Does it have the power of witnessing?
Because I'm not able to understand or get it when you say witness, because even though if I'm like looking, I don't want to use the word witness, because it is, the words have become so easily used in everyday language, in new age books, in articles, in WhatsApp forwards. So if I am watching or listening to this thought, I feel that yes, there are thoughts, plural, not one, many, and this this thing of watching even these thoughts has its own thought, has its own thinker. So then I'm lost as to understand what or who is this witness.
So,
or as you said, what or who is this primal, the absolute, you were saying, things that meant it is something above all this? I don't know if what I'm
Yes,
saying
yes.
is right.
Yes. It will be really helpful if we just check for ourselves and let all the interpretations just come and go. You see? Because I know that the mind has been used in this way where it has made conceptual frameworks of what has been spoken, but truly what is being spoken here cannot be put into a conceptual framework. You see? So don't try to understand it in that same way. Just try to see, like you have been doing. You say that I'm watching this, these thoughts are coming. What can we say about the watching itself? And don't rely on any thought for the answer if you can. Just rely on your own direct experience. There is a watching of these thoughts.
I don't seem to be able to separate thinking from the watching of the thoughts. I'm not, for me, as of now, they're all one and the same.
Let's look at this together. So you say that I'm not able to separate the watching of the thought from the thought itself.
No, like not from the thought itself.
Yes.
The watching of the thought, like there's this thought, who is thinking?
Yes. So
Or
this
what
thought
is this? What is this thought? Even a thought like that.
Yes.
Okay. What is this thoughts, or what are these? Who is the witness?
Yes.
These are all thoughts. So I feel that these are all thoughts, and even this this me who is addressing this question is another thought.
Okay, so let's slow down, keep it very, very slow. Let's wait for the next thought to come. You tell me how the thought is perceived. Is it perceived as a sound? Is it perceived as an image?
It's perceived as a sound, as a voice.
You hear it as a voice.
Yes.
So this voice is heard. Now, this perceiving of this voice, that itself, can it be a voice?
It feels like a it feels like a thinking mind. It's
what does it mean when we say thinking mind?
It's a hearing entity that can hear all of this.
Okay.
And it can think at the same time while it hears. And it can speak.
Okay. Where is this one? If there's an entity, it must have a location.
It's somewhere here in my head.
There's an entity in your
Not
head?
an entity, it's like that space, or that, at least right now I have a sensation here, so I don't know whether it's not an entity. It's for me, these are all thoughts. That's all. It's different aspects of my thinking.
Yes, yes. And we are trying to get you to move away from these aspects of your thinking, just to be able to look without coloring it with our interpretation, you see. And we're doing well. So you see that these thoughts are coming, you say very well that I hear them. Then we said that which hears them, is that also heard?
Yes.
By who?
Like I said the other day, it's like it's all parts of me. So it's me. It's just, I wouldn't use the word fragmented because that would be wrong. That would be the opposite of what I'm saying. These are all different collective parts of me. And each one has, each part has a thinking mind, a hearing. Hearing, I think only this me who's talking has got. So I don't know whether I'm saying it right or whether it's what the words I've heard, but I feel that I'm highly associated highly identified would be the right word with this thinker, with this speaker.
Yes. So what are we doing? We're checking on the actual existence of such a thinker, isn't it? So where does it exist? Does it exist in this realm of atoms and molecules?
When you say atoms and molecules, you mean me,
This
the
body, this outward appearances.
Yeah, for me, I feel that the thinker, the thinker, the hearer, the voice, the all is embodied, is part of this body.
So we can just say this body is thinking, this body is
Yes.
talking, is it?
This me, rather than saying the body is, for me, it's me.
What is the distinction between body and me?
This body is mine.
Yes, and
I am this body.
No, there's a difference between, really again slowly, we say that this body is mine is different from I am this body, isn't it? The first is a owner relationship, that there is a me that is the owner of this body, you see? And the second means that they are the same. The body and I are one. So which one is it?
I feel it's just playing with words, and at the same time, I don't want to get stuck with the words. Maybe because for too long I have been stuck with words.
Yes, yes, we are
go
not
beyond the words.
Yes, that's why we are not really playing with the words, just using them to clarify the question deeper. You say that this body is mine.
This body is mine, yes.
So whose body is this? Who is this me? Who is the owner of this body?
Who is this me? Who is the owner of this body? Well, when I say this body is mine, I also mean, as much as although in sentence wise it sounds that like when I say this body is mine, that there is two, and when I say I am this body, that's one. Is that what you were referring to?
Yes, it's different, isn't it? Fundamentally, there is the first one implies that there is a owner of this body, and the second one implies that you are the body.
Yes, in words, yes. But
yes, so what do you really
essence,
mean?
what I was saying is I feel they're both one and the same. I mean, the words may have come out that way.
So is it that very simply you mean that you are the body?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Okay. So what does the body want?
What does the body want?
Yes.
I would rather say, phrase it as what do I want?
That's why I'm changing the question to see whether it is true that you are the body.
Okay, then using words, then I would say that I have this body. For me, this I, as I'm saying it itself, because I just said I have this body.
Yes.
This I that I'm talking about, this I is the mind, is the one that thinks, is the one that processes, is the one that hears, is the one that decides things through the thinking, through the hearing.
Yes.
So this thinking me has this body to operate from.
And this thinking me is where? Located within the body itself.
It's my mind. It's here.
You're pointing to your brain. So
yeah, I'm pointing to the whole upper part of my head. Yeah, the brain.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's this brain, which is the me, which has the body to fulfill what the brain wants.
Sorry?
There is a brain, which is the me. And
for me, I call it the mind. Okay. This mind that is me.
Yes, this mind that is you, Why not the brain? Because you say it is here, no? The brain.
When you say brain, I get immediately an image of that, like we learnt in science and in biology, that
So that's what we find, no?
brain.
If you were to cut open the head, that's what we'll find. Is there anything else we'll find?
You're right. I mean, if you cut off the body, it would be that.
Yeah, we will get a surgeon
that
and we
mushy
open
thing,
the skull.
fleshy
Sorry,
thing,
sorry for the gory example. But if we open the skull, we'll find the brain.
Now that you say that, yes, it would be that fleshy thing that is there. The skull, and then below the skull, that fleshy organ.
Yes.
But there is a thinker in there, somewhere in
So
there.
if you were to go within the brain, we'll find one entity called the thinker?
Not an entity, but because I'm just thinking that if I say that there's a thinker, then what about the hearer that I feel is one and the same?
You find a party happening inside. Sorry.
No, I'm getting what you're saying, because I was never thought of it as the brain.
You see, yes, because the mind has the habit of giving us some visuals, and we see them and say, yes, this is where I must be. And it is a predominant belief. Most beings in the world feel that they are sitting somewhere inside over here.
So from that point, what you're saying, actually, it is the brain, because it is the brain that has the ability, the capacity to think, to hear, to talk, to see, when those things that I feel is me, I think is me.
Yeah.
So it comprises actually of exactly what you said, the brain, which I was thinking it was not the brain, and that it was something that thinks. Yeah. But like you rightly said, if it's opened up, if the skull, head is opened up, below the hard bony structure called the skull comes that brain. And then when they say a person is brain dead, for example, in a hospital, right, the person lies still, or in a coma. Not coma, actually, I would rather use the word brain dead, because we are talking about the brain right now. So the brain dead person does not talk, supposedly cannot hear, cannot think.
Let me also offer you another example, another metaphor to look at this. So you go to sleep tonight. Then there appears another body and another realm. You see?
I don't understand.
That seems like the waking state. You see? But it is not this body. And then you find that body is saying, oh, I had a dream that I was this woman called Sanya.
Sorry, I didn't understand. Can you tell me that again?
Let me make it simpler. You go to sleep tonight, and you have a dream.
Okay.
In that dream, do you have a body?
When I go to sleep, I have a dream.
Yes.
And you're asking me if I have a body in that dream?
Yes.
So the dream is happening inside my brain.
Don't presume that.
Okay.
So you have a dream. Suppose you went to sleep now. You see? And then you had a dream that you woke up in your house in Golden Enclave.
Okay.
You see? Do you not have a body there in the dream?
Yeah, I mean, I can see an image of a me in my apartment in Golden Enclave.
Yes, but inside your dream, doesn't it feel the same that you're operating in that body? Don't you meet people in your dream? Don't you walk and talk the same way in the dream? Isn't there unlimited time and space also in the dream? So which body is the real body? Which brain is the real one?
This one. Because inside this is where the dream is happening.
Where inside this?
Through this, rather.
But you have so much time and space in a dream. Where is the space inside this skull? And if all of that is happening inside this, then why not all of this?
If all of that is happening inside this, then why not?
All of this also. What is the difference fundamentally between that and
this?
this?
All of this, what are you
this
referring
appearance. To? This appearance. If there is an ability to project this entire realm of time and space, where pain, pleasure, everything can be experienced, you see, then what is the difference fundamentally between that and this?
When you say that, you mean
that the dream state and the so-called waking state. There also there is a body. That body has the feeling of pain and pleasure. It presumably, if a surgeon was to come in a dream and to open us up, it'd find a brain in that body also. So are you dreaming of Sanya, or will Sanya be having that dream of that one?
It's very mind-boggling.
But it's hopefully mind-opening. It opens.
Right now it's boggling. I'm waiting for it to open.
Once we open up to these things, then we see that actually many bodies we have experienced. I often give this example that there was the experience of this realm. My kids were going to school. They woke me up and said, "Pa, we are going to school, bye." And I went back to sleep. This realm vanished. Another realm came in which I started off as a young child and grew up to be a man. And I got married. And there was some event in my wife's company, and I was at least half an hour late to that event. So this entire lifetime happened, and then that realm vanished, and this realm came back. But here in this realm, it was 8 o'clock. You see, I woke up in this realm at 7:30, went back to sleep. When I woke back up in this realm, it was 8 o'clock. You see? In the meanwhile, there was an experience of an entire lifetime in the seeming half an hour of this realm. You see? So it is seen that this ability to project time and space, the body which seems as real, those beings felt as familiar, as real as the beings here. You see? There was unlimited space also. It is not like you can run to the edge of the dream and fall out of it. Unlimited. You see? So there is no way for me to say whether that one is having a dream of this one or this one had a dream of that one.
When I am this one, right? Or rather, even if I have to take your example, when you're this one, that is supposedly in this reality, we are aware that most of us remember that dream, even if it's for a fleeting second. Some don't remember at all, but those who remember that. But what I feel is, other than when you're lucid dreaming, those who are in that state don't know that this is there. Whereas when you're in this state, you're aware that I had a dream. That's the only way I think that this is more real.
That one also is aware that there was a dream. There was a time where I woke up from the dream and I said, "Oh, I had a dream." I woke up from that dream and I said, "Oh, I had a dream." And then I woke up from that dream. You see?
In that dream, you are dreaming.
It felt like I'm waking up from a dream. And I said, "Oh, I had such a strange dream. I'm in my father's house. I was in the room over there. It was closed." You see? So then I woke up. There was a sense, "Oh, that was just a dream." You see? and then I woke up from that dream also. So it is not true that we are not aware of other realms or in states in when we are experiencing those. I've had that direct experience.
Okay. Because I know, like, even a couple of nights back, maybe day before yesterday it was. I don't remember the dream, but I know it was mostly must have been a bad dream because I was struggling and I heard my own self struggling, and my husband next to me said, wake up.
Yeah.
And I woke up and I knew it was a bad dream. And that's it. But while I was in that state, I didn't know that I had an option to come out.
Yeah.
I was very stuck.
And many are looking for an option to come out of this.
Yes.
Also.
Yes.
Isn't
yes.
it?
But the only thing is, because I have now understood that now when I'm sleeping and I have a dream, and even as the horriblest of horriblest the dreams that it could be, when I get up, earlier I used to feel very disturbed. It used to carry on for quite some time during the early hours of the day, especially if it was horrible, fearful ones. But now when I've understood that that was a dream, finish, it's over. Now I've got up, it can't do anything more to me. So then the only thing I tell myself now is that this is also supposed to be a dream. And one day I am going to wake up, and then this has helped me. This, I don't know whether you call it a philosophizing or what, but this kind of a understanding for me has helped me. That I tell myself when really horrible things are happening right now, that this is not going to matter. It's going to be this parallel of what a dream state, and when I wake up, I'm out of it. I know that this state that we are in, what we call this so-called reality, I am going to wake up.
Very good. Very good. So if you're already saying this, now reconcile this, what you're saying, that you will wake up even from this dream, reconcile with you being just the brain.
Me just
both cannot be true, isn't it?
Sorry?
Both cannot be true. But if you were just this brain, then you cannot wake up out of this.
Yeah, that's true.
And yet you have some
because
intuitive.
When I die, when this what we generally loosely say I die, would be that this brain won't function anymore. But then I know that I'll be there. Exactly. Now I'm wondering.
So this is exactly what we were talking about yesterday also. There is something that intuitively knows that the death of this body is not the real death for I. Because we even say rest in peace. But if you are already dead, then who's there to rest in peace?
Yeah. True.
So in this way, as we inquire, we explore together, we see that there are some presumptions that we had, there's some imagery that we had, some ideas that we had that have become strong, and now they're being shaken up a bit. And usually what happens is that there's a beautiful period of I don't know anything. You see, the mind feels progressed in life seemingly is by knowing things. Oh, I know this. I've now learned this. We are coming to a beautiful not knowingness. You see, this is the emptying of the cup, where we are emptying all our concepts, all our ideas, all our visualizations, and then seeing whether we can wake up in this waking state, wake up from this waking state.
Wake up from this waking state, yeah. That's very profound. But the problem is, all these things, again, is being processed, even the understanding.
Okay, suppose this was true, doing everything.
Okay.
Now you want to move your hand. Do you know how to fire a neuron?
No.
No. Then how do you move your hand?
By just wanting to do it.
It's just moving, you see. So it cannot be. Now the biologists will tell you that for any action to happen, the neurons have to fire, the nerve has to be
Yes.
activated, but we can't do any of that. It is just moving. So the I that I've taken myself to be doesn't even know how to fire a neuron. How can it move my hand?
The I that I've taken myself to be. Well, I've taken this I to be the brain, so the brain knows how to fire the.
Yes, but if you
I'm
were
so sorry, but
if you were the brain, then you would know how to fire it. No.
and that's what it does, right? That's what it's doing, and that's how I move the
And yet
hand.
you somehow don't know how to do it.
Um, because this I am just a part of this whole thing, the thing that talks, thinks, speaks, even fires neurons.
You are just a part of what? You are now not even the full brain. You are just a part of the brain.
Yes. So the brain's, but it can't be that the brain is the master of everything, because then there is this other feeling and feeling side in me. The brain is doing all the thinking, and even if the brain had to have some control over feeling, like, but somehow I feel that the feeling is here. So then, how did that get divided?
Yeah.
It's very
Yes.
confusing.
That is why it is best
It's too
to
much of
not,
analyzing.
yes, to not presume anything, to not interpret anything, and to go with our direct experience of things.
To go with our direct experience
Of things as we see them,
things.
as we see them,
Okay.
of reality as we see it, rather than to go with an idea of how it must be because we've read it somewhere or we've heard of it
Yes.
or we feel it's good. Maybe this is a good idea, I can take it on.
Right.
You see, because none of these ideas ultimately help. When there is suffering, it doesn't help to feel like I'm the brain or something. It feels like I'm a person who's being attacked. You see? Yeah. So better to stay with our direct experience. We see that all of this sensations of the body are being experienced, and there is a witnessing of these sensations. You see? No matter what the sensations might be, no matter what the outer appearances might be, this awareness or this witnessing remains untouched by them, isn't it?
The problem is this witnessing. When you say to be with this witnessing, I feel that this witnessing has a thinking mind, and then that
Have you seen
confuses
this?
me.
Have you seen this thinking mind?
Or this witnessing thinks.
Have you seen this witnessing thinking?
I've not seen the witnessing
Yes, so
thinking,
that's
but
what I'm saying that.
I can hear the thinking, that when you're saying to
Yes, you can
witnessing.
hear the thinking,
Yeah.
and this,
Is it okay for this witness to have thoughts?
the appearance of a thought, you say you hear it. You also hear these words. So is that witnessing having these words?
Because even when the lady or that girl was talking that time, and she was talking about about witnessing and everything, I was, as much as I was following the procedure, I was getting very caught up, and it was getting like intermingled, because even the witness is thinking, and here it hears thoughts, but it has its own thoughts too.
Let's
Then is
let's
that a witness, or is that
let's
also
do
just
one.
another
Let's
thought?
do one thing, and you're completely allowed to like this. When a thought arises, do you notice that there is something called attention which goes to it?
Yes.
So this is one primary power, the power of attention. Can you also notice that there is something called belief?
Mm-hmm.
You see? So if the thought comes saying that we are in a space shuttle going towards the moon, it will just come and go. It will not be believed. You see?
Okay.
And if another thought comes which is more rooted in some identity, that seems to get meaning or belief, isn't it?
Sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
Yes. So if another thought comes and it is saying something which you've identified with in the past, then that seems to more easily get your belief, isn't it?
Yes, like
Yeah.
for example, like if I have some, like I know I'm here,
Yeah.
so that's something I do accept that it is true that I am sitting here.
Yes. So now you see that there is the power of attention and there is the power of belief.
Hmm.
Now this recognition itself is very beautiful, because in knowing this, actually you come to this space where you will find it more and more difficult to suffer, because you cannot actually suffer without believing a thought.
You cannot suffer without believing a thought.
Yes.
I don't
Try
understand.
it. Try to suffer, but don't buy a thought. Don't believe a thought. Try to become unhappy about something without believing a thought about it.
Even though that thought may be a fact.
Whether it is a fact or not, we'll see later. For now, just see if you can suffer without believing it.
But what is there to believe or not believe when I know something happened in this realm?
Suppose the
I mean,
thought
like,
is,
for me, I feel believing, I don't know,
it's very good to explore these things. What is the power of belief?
You mean that if something has happened also, that if I've lost a dear one, for example, that's a very, that holds a lot of powerful emotions.
Yes.
Intense emotions is the right word. What is there to believe or not believe in that? It happened. I know it happened.
Yes. But are you suffering from that fact without believing the thought?
I'm not getting what you're saying.
Let's make a simpler example. Suppose the thought comes and says, everyone in satsang is getting irritated with you.
Right?
You see? If this thought just comes and goes,
Right.
then nothing. But if you believe it, then you will suffer.
But that's a thought on a presumption. This is a thought on something that so-called happened in this so-called
Yes.
reality. I find they're two different.
All thoughts are premised on the base presumption that they are speaking to a you entity which exists as a person or the ego. You see, because it cannot be that the thought is trying to help God. God would not need a thought to function or to run this world, isn't it? for now it is enough if you can just establish that there is something called belief. Is this clear or no?
Honestly, it's not very clear, but I am willing to just stay with it. And
It's very simple. If I say, now suddenly your shirt has become pink. Suppose this was the thought that came. You let it go, isn't it?
yeah, because there's no truth in it.
Yes. Yes. Now if I say that if you come to satsang for 10 days, you will be free.
You will be?
You will be free or enlightened.
Okay.
So can you see that there is a power to believe it or not believe it?
Yeah, there is a choice to believe or not believe in
That's what I'm
something
talking.
that someone says, but something that happened.
Yeah, well, that's not what I'm saying yet.
Okay.
Forget it for now. Just see that there is this power of belief. This
Yes.
what you call the choice to believe or not
Yes,
believe.
correct.
Now, as we are looking together, try as much as you can to allow these thoughts to come and go, even if your attention is moving to them. As long as it feels like you have the choice to believe or not believe, make the choice to not believe what the mind is saying.
Make the choice to
Not believe what the mind is saying.
what the mind is saying.
When we are inquiring together.
Okay.
You see, because for our entire life we've listened to this one.
Right.
You see, so it won't hurt us tremendously if for a few minutes in satsang we allow it to come and go. It's not going anywhere.
Correct.
You see, so then when we are inquiring together, then you're allowing this voice of the mind to just come and go as much as possible, and you're trying to follow where this voice which is coming from here is pointing you. You see, otherwise what will happen is that it becomes a three-sided conversation seemingly. And I'm saying something, you see, you're taking that, then the mind is coming with a response saying but what about this, you see. So then that one is saying and you're believing that and you're saying that, oh, this is what I think right now, you see. So actually it becomes, rather than a looking, it becomes like a three-party conversation, you see. So and our habit has become to believe this mind. So here we are trying to see whether it is possible to allow it to just come and go for some time, as much as possible, without any forcing, and see whether that becomes an aid in our inquiry or not. You see, because if you were actually fundamentally satisfied with what you know mentally, then you would not be here in the first place, isn't it?
Yeah.
There is something satisfaction in this mental knowing, you see. Now this mind wants to be a party in this conversation, and as it is allowed to be a party in this conversation, it will stretch out this seeming spiritual journey. What I am trying to show you is how you can see for yourself what you are without relying on this conceptual mental understanding of who you are.
The thing is that I think I have this learnt from small age, being born into the Hindu culture, that the concept of that I am not this body, right? That we are not this body. That that even after that, early it was that there is God. Then the more learnings came in and teachings and understandings that God is not a separate thing out there. That God is within us, that we are God, that each and every person is God. So all these concepts.
Okay, let's take a simple example. You can open your eyes for a minute. So what is this?
Pencil.
Tell me more.
It's a sharpened pencil. You're holding it upright in your hand. There's a lead at the top of it.
And what can you do with this?
Can write with it.
And have you used a pencil before?
Yes.
Now look at him. What do you see?
Sorry.
Look at him sitting over there.
Okay.
Say the same way, like the pencil.
Like the pencil.
Yeah. Say describe.
Oh, describe
in the same
him.
way. Yeah.
Okay. Is a man. He wears specs, and his arms are folded, sitting on the sofa. Lots of other description is there, that he's got a beard, he's smiling, and his one leg is folded and the other leg is down. He's wearing shorts and t-shirt.
So this is the first way to engage with this phenomenal realm.
Okay.
Which means that for everything that comes in front of us,
Right.
we make a mental replica of it. So there's an image that we form of it, and there's a description that we can give to it. This is a pencil, this is what it does, this is the color, this is upright, this is downwards like this, you see. So then what happens is that in most of our engagements in the world, we have been relying on our mental replicas of what we know something to be. See? So when we see a pencil, we know, okay, this is how it works, this will be the lead, it will be black in color, you see, because we rely on the knowledge from our mental replica of what we have learned from it, you see. So that is the first level of engaging with this world, you see. So then what happens is, okay, we'll come to that. The second is, we just see things as they are.
Okay.
Without the labeling, let the mind come and try to label everything. It doesn't stop, you see, but it's just allowed to come and go. You see? So as we meet, you see, then the experiencing of this realm is happening, but the interpretive and the making of the mental replicas is not happening. You see, it is just allowed to come and go. You see? You will find that mostly we feel like we are living in this realm, but mostly we are living in a mental realm. We are engaging with our mental replicas of the people around us, our partners, our parents, our relationships. We are engaging with these replicas all the time. You see, so here what we are trying to do is move away from the mental replicas of things and see things for as they are. You see, without the labeling. You see, minimalistic labels, minimalistic trying to put it in a conceptual framework, because you can say this is part of the stationery family, and then you have pens, pencils. You see, you can create lots of conceptual framework around just this simple appearance.
Right.
You see, just an appearance. You see, not even, we don't even need to label it as an appearance. It's just what is. You see, so this is the second level of engaging with something which is appearing in this realm. You see? The third level, and some of this might not resonate, and we don't have to be in a rush when I talk about the third and fourth.
Right.
So just for everyone who's listening and watching, the third is to see where is the experience of this pencil happening. Okay? So, and the mind is completely at a loss. In these realms, as I speak about the third and fourth level, it will be at a loss. So don't worry if some frustration comes, some feeling of not understanding comes, it's completely fine. You see? So this pencil is experienced within the space of my being, the one being. So this sound of the fan is being heard inside me, this visual of the pencil is being seen inside me, this room is being perceived in the same space of my being. So all of this entire realm you see, is within this one being, you see, which wakes up. When we call that which is the waking state comes, then this realm is born, including the time, space, the forces which operate here. All of this are just experience within me. See? So this will become your experience as you go along. So we move from the mental replicas to seeing things just as they are, without any interpretation, just experiencing a flower as a flower without the label flower. You see? Experiencing beauty as beauty without trying to own it or label it or control it. You see? So that is the second. The third will be when you see that everything is within you, within the space of your being, I amness. You see? This being, time, space, sound, sight, everything here. You see, this is how you'll start looking at things. You'll see that all of this is just one movement within your own consciousness, your own being. You see, and this will become your living experience, not a conceptual one, because we left the mental replicas aside some time ago. And then finally, you will see that there is awareness, even of this movement of being, untouched. There's a simple knowingness, awareness of this entire play which is happening within my being. You see? And this is seen, but the seeing of this play of consciousness does not get affected or hurt by anything which is happening in this play, remains untouched. And the beginning and end of time and creation and end of this universe does not touch this awareness. You see? And as this is seen, you will find that the being is also made up just of this seeing dynamic aspect, like Shiva and Shakti, the yin and the yang, one but seemingly appearing as the noumenon and the phenomenon, the potential for phenomenality and that phenomenality itself. You see? But but to seemingly walk this walk together, we have to first get rid of our mental replicas. You see, because the more we rely on them, they are very limited. You see, because they will just label, say, okay, I got this pencil. You see, I got this is a computer, this person. But they will put everything in a box, which at best will give you a very nice conceptual framework. So you'll be able to speak Advaita, but it will not really become your living experience of Advaita. You see, so you'll find many who can speak a lot of Advaita, but it's not the living truth. That's why the words will not carry the power and the fragrance. They just sound like very dry Advaita talk. You see? So, so we are moving away from that. And the first step is to keep these mental replicas aside. And I know that it is a deeply ingrained habit. In fact, it is the strongest addiction. You see? In fact, this satsang is a rehab for this addiction primarily, because this is the way that we have presumably understood things by learning concepts about them. So now
Yes.
this is a different approach. Is a different approach, and something in you is recognizing that. You see, because if you were not recognizing this, then you would just as well be happy reading a book. You see, you can experience all these words in book. There is a living truth available here. You see, but it becomes very, very inconvenient to try and sit on two chairs at the same time, that of the mental replicas and that which we are pointing to, which is more a direct and living experience. And you'll find that it's not that easy. It'll pull all the resistances, all its knowledge, all that it has got. It'll try to bring it up to convince you that no, we don't have to go here. You can just listen to me. I got this. It'll play this game. You see? Mm. It's okay. Okay. and it doesn't always look pretty. It doesn't always look pretty. Sometimes you'll find you feel like shouting, screaming. Sometimes you feel like, what am I doing here? What's going on? This is really not helping. It's fine.
I also have, I don't know, I'm using words, but I have this awareness that all what you are actually talking about, there have been times that I have experienced it, right? And I was actually, while you were the last part when you were talking, I was just wondering why, what is this in me that is bringing up such strong questions of questioning it and doubting it, and I realized that there's something that actually I'm very surprised that why am I even asking these questions when I do know, like I said, that when that dream ends, I know. I mean, I knew there was nothing to get worried about. That I'm awake here, and I know that when this dream ends, that is there. So I don't think this is a belief, because this is a very strong something inside me, right? But then again, I'm not sure, because everything, like I said, is playing with words. It could be just a belief, because I want to go beyond just believing anything.
Very good.
So
yes, it will feel like for a while that I'm not sure if I know anything at all.
Yes, exactly.
It will feel like that for a while, which is very beautiful. So we must allow this emptiness to happen, you see, because we have become full of ideas, we become full of concepts, and these have to be emptied out. You see?
Yes.
That's how this play goes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Can we sing a bhajan today? What shall we sing? Guru Jyoti wants to sing? No? Come here. Come. This now she was saying, I don't want to leave Bangalore. Yeah, you want to sing. She's throwing a full-on tantrum now. Body. And just like 15 minutes ago, you were saying what? You surrendered it to me, no? Not 15 minutes, it's been a few hours. How is this body troubling you? You have to really get that shouting pillow. Put a label on that thing. Scream here. somebody's going to call the cops. Seriously? how much we are carrying, no? And many times in satsang it happens that all this past burden comes up to get released. Of course, it doesn't help that you're living in a residential locality. It's okay. But these muffled screams, which had not been allowed in the past, these traumas that we've been storing up, may the Sadguru's grace bring all of you to peace. All of you to the recognition of the self. May you all experience full of contentment and joy. Can they stay for longer or they have to go on Thursday? Yes. Or leave from work? Okay. Thank you all so very much for being in satsang today. Sadguru Shri Muji Ji ki Jai. Thank you, Ram, for